I know it's been a very long time since like my first video, and clearly I have some new hair in. Um, I just had a few rough patches, but you know, it's 2016 now. I'm trying to start a new thing. I just want to start off by saying, so the hair that I had, um, from AliExpress, absolutely loved it. Loved the curl pattern. Thought it was absolutely amazing. So I wanted it brown. So I bleached and dyed it brown. It came out really nice. Um, but then it just started to matte the day afterwards. Like I literally had this wig for a week and absolutely terrible after you dye it. So if you do get that brand of hair, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll link the video in the description bar. But if you have that brand of hair, I would not recommend bleaching it. I would recommend just, you know, keeping it how it is. I know a lot of people say bleach does damage your hair, but that was absolutely ridiculous. Like it was literally 1 week. So I'm over that. I have store-bought hair from my local beauty supply store. I'm not sure what it's called, but I got it done. And it's not a bob. I just got it short with some bangs, and I have my hat on. And I'm sipping my tea. So one of the things that I wanted to include in my YouTube is things that I go through in my personal life. I'll never put names or anything out there, but one of the reasons why I wanted to do a YouTube is to be able to share, you know, what's in my heart, what's going on in my life, to give advice, or I'm always open to accepting advice also. So, I've been really stressed at work lately, which I have been bringing home. So people who do not know my channel, who are new to my channel, I work full time and I'm also in school full time. I just do it online, but the stress is still the same. School is school, whether it's online or actually in the classroom. So that's one of the biggest reasons why I wasn't able to do YouTube. But 2016, I definitely want to make YouTube one of my priorities, because I think it'll be a good thing for me to have underneath my belt, and also a great way for me to express my feelings of what I'm going through, either to the world or just to get it off my chest. So I wanted to start off by talking about my, I guess you could say, New Year's resolution, but things I want to change in 2016 and things I look forward to in my plans. So the first thing I want to talk about is I want to learn to forgive. I'm always open to forgiving and not forgetting, but I definitely want to learn to forgive more. So usually, if anybody knows me, I'm the type of person to say that I'm over it and I get over things easily. And from my head, I do. So it's like, if it happens, it happens. It is what it is. But for my heart, it takes a lot longer, and I want to work on that, because like I have to understand that people make mistakes. No one is perfect. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect, and it's wrong for me to have expectations for people to be perfect. Another thing that I want to do is I definitely want to move. I'm 25. I'm older than some. And I still live with my mom, so that's not an issue. Because I work full-time and I'm in school, it's easier for me to live with my mom. I don't pay rent. I give her money to help her out. But I do want to move. I'm going to move on my own. And I am in a relationship, and I'm definitely open to moving in with my significant other also. But I do not plan on, you know, staying with my mom forever. I do believe that it might be put in the back burner for a few months, because I actually graduate with my master's, I believe, in February. So that's what I'm waiting for. Also, right now, I'm not financially stable to do so, but those are some of the things that I want to work towards in the future. Another thing would be to pray more. So I'm not a super duper religious person, you know, but I was raised Christian, and I have recently felt like, you know, I don't talk to God enough. I have been, sip my tea. I have been one of those people who do pray or say, oh my God, please God, help me with this, or please help me with that, or please don't let this happen. So I don't really talk to God every day like I should, like I have been raised to do so. But I really want to change that because I feel like life will go smoother. I feel like I would be more of a positive person if I talk to my higher power. Another thing I want to work on is to stop isolating. So in this in this topic, I can agree that I am a hypocrite. So I am a counselor, and when I speak to my clients and I have individual sessions with my clients, one of the biggest things is not to isolate. And I tend to do that when I'm upset or when I feel like I'm going through something and I don't want to let people know because I don't want my burden to go on them. I isolate. I won't text people. I won't answer my phone. I'm not really on social media or anything like that. And I need to stop that. One, because as a counselor, you're supposed to practice what you preach. And two, like, it's not helpful for me. Like, I have lost friends from doing that because I don't actually explain either. Like, I don't want to admit that I'm isolating. I don't want to admit, that I'm going through something, and that's not fair to them or to me. And I really need to start that. So that's another goal that I want to have for 2016 is to, like, don't isolate. Another thing is I want to learn to speak up for myself. You know what I mean? Like, I hold a lot of things in. Anyone who knows me, I'm like super duper nice. I always try to sugarcoat things. I always try to, I don't know, please everybody before I please myself. And so far, I've been doing this for the past 25 years, and it has not helped me at all. I've been put in situations where I'm the bad guy when I'm the one who's trying to, make everything peaceful, and that's not fair for me, and that's definitely something that I want to change. I need to stand up for myself. I need to say my opinion, whether people like it or not. Now, I'm definitely the type to understand that, like, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. So just because I have an issue, I'm not sitting there going to blab at you, B word this and B word that, but I'm definitely going to explain to you how you are making me feel. So as a counselor, I like to use I statements. Instead of saying, you did this to me, I like to start off sentences. I feel like you made me feel this way. You know what I mean? It's because it's my personal feeling. It's my personal opinion, and I'm entitled to my opinion. Like, another thing I tell my clients is, like, you should not apologize for how you feel. You might have to apologize for how you express it or how you tell somebody how you feel, but your feelings are your feelings. If somebody makes you feel some type of way, that's how you feel. And you should not make that a negative thing. You should not take that back because you're hiding your own feelings. And I've been the type to always do that. I always try to see the other person's side. You know what I mean? To try to make it an even playing field, but people don't do that to me, and I accept that, and that's not fair to me. That makes everybody else good, makes everybody else happy, but it does not do the same for me. Another thing is I want to learn to take time out for myself, to do something for myself. And for right now, YouTube is that thing for me that I want to start practicing. So I can say, I'm starting off young, I guess. Some people start off when they're in their teens and they're in high school and middle school. I started off a little late. I just got some confidence to do it. So I might post things randomly. I might post things. Right now, I'm going to try to post once a week. But then I want to try to post more frequently. And that's my goal for 2016. I want to do something different. You know what I mean? Like, I can't expect something different when I'm doing the same thing. You know what I mean? That's not fair. And I feel like that I'm a good person. I went to school, I went to college, I'm getting my master's, I work full time. I think I'm a pretty good friend. I'm very dependable. Also, my relationships, my friendships, my relationships with coworkers, I'm pretty good. But also, I personally need to learn to put myself first sometimes. Like, sometimes it's okay to be selfish. Sometimes it is. Sometimes you got to do what you have to do for you before you can do it for anybody else. And I have not lived that way, and that definitely needs to change. I do need to live that way. I'm 25. I cannot be a people pleaser for the rest of my life because that also means for the rest of my life, I'm going to be miserable just trying to make everybody else happy. In this world, we don't have people who, help other people out. You know what I mean? Like, we have those people who are always helping, but when you need help, people aren't there for you. And that's how this world works. And that's what I'm coming, to conclude. Like, for example, I'm in a relationship. I had someone message me on Facebook, sharing some personal issues between them and my boyfriend, and calling me all types of names and saying they're going to come find me and beat me up, or whatever the case may be. So, of course, at the time, I'm pissed off, I'm angry, and I stoop to their level. But then when I wake up this morning, like, I had to work through that anger, like, look, hey, you have something to live for. You have things to lose. You are an adult. Now, these girls might have been just making the guess, maybe 20, 21, 22. But I'm 25. I have a full-time job. I have a career. I'm in school. I have things to lose. Their first thing is B word this and B word that. Let's rumble. Where you at? Give me your location so we can fight. That's not my thing. Like, I tried to have a conversation with them. It didn't work out very well. They weren't really in the mood to have a conversation, which I understand, kind of, you know. But that just shows me, like, with this world, there are peaceful people, but the world is not peaceful. You know what I mean? Just like we say common sense isn't so common. It's the same thing. In my personal opinion, like, I can't expect people to have manners. I can't expect everybody to be respectful. I can't expect everybody, to think things through, because that's not fair. If that's not how they were raised, or if that's not how they choose to be, I can't expect them to do that. So at the end of the day, I'm going to have to learn to change myself and to do a little tweaks for myself, because, like, I have to survive in this world. You know what I mean? I have to do what I have to do to get up every morning and, and make money and survive and have a future and be happy. And sometimes we have to deal with people who try to snatch that away from you, at any time. You know what I mean? And instead of stooping down to their level and doing it back to them, like, I have to be, the adult. I have to be the one to explain to them, like, look, I understand you're upset, but I can't do this. I can't deal with this. What I'm going to do for you is I'm going to pray. That's all I got underneath my sleeve for negative people, is I'm going to pray. So I know one of the things when I started my YouTube channel is I was hearing people say, how do you deal with negativity? And I go through comments, like people's YouTube comments, and there's so many negative people out there. And my first thing is, like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to deal with that on YouTube. Like, what happens if, like, 5 years from now, I get popping, I get a whole bunch of subscribers, I'm getting people sending me things, to do tutorials on and things like that, and it's just a whole bunch of negative comments. Like, what am I going to do? And I just realized I'm going to have to do what I have to do. You know what I mean? We have options. Some people block them. Some people ignore them. Some people feed into it. All I can do is pray. All I can do is pray and hope for the best, and hope that I stand up with my 2 feet and do what I have to do at the end of the day to make sure I'm happy, to make sure my future family is happy, to make sure I'm good in my relationship, to make sure I'm good with my friendships, to make sure that I'm good in my family. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, I have to do me. I have to be happy. You know what I mean? And it sucks that it took 25 or 26 years, to do this. But I don't know if I'm going to call it a New Year's resolution, but I want that to be the new me. You know what I mean? And just like everything else, it doesn't just happen, overnight. You know what I mean? Like, it's something that I have to work on. I have to do baby steps. And I'm willing to do that. I want to eat healthier, but it doesn't mean that I'm just going to stop, eating a whole bunch of junk food and just, like, cut it out like that. Like, that's not realistic to me. You know what I mean? Like, I need to go through the process of taking it step by step. So, instead of having 6 chocolate bars every week, maybe I'll have 3 every week. You know what I mean? Like, doing baby steps, because I don't want to set myself up for failure. So when I get in an argument with somebody, or if someone says something that I don't like, instead of just, like, cutting them off or isolating or getting in their face, I had to step back, get myself together, and say, look, it seems like you're upset, or it seems like we're going through something right now. Let's talk about it. Or if you're not willing to do that, you can call me whenever you're ready. You know what I mean? To give that other person the opportunity. Because the last thing I want is, I don't want to lose people who are meant to be in my life, just because they're upset and I stoop to their level. Like, I have to be the bigger person. And some people doesn't always want to be the bigger person, because you have to be the bigger person at every single last situation. And that's usually me. But as I got older, unfortunately, like, when it comes to fighting for friendships and relationships, I don't have much fight in me. You know what I mean? Like, I could fight for something that I know is going to be strong, that I know for a fact we can work through, that I know for a fact that you are meant to be in my life. But if not, and you choose to leave, I'm no longer coming after you. And that's what I'm going to start doing from 2016 to the future. If you choose to leave, I'm going to let you go. Because if you're choosing to leave our friendship or our relationship or the relationship we have amongst our family, that means you don't want to be here. And I'm not going to keep you here if you don't want to be here. You know what I mean? So that's going to be my new thing for 2016. And some people might agree with my decision. Some people might not agree with my decision. But at the end of the day, it's my decision. And that's how, I'm going to be. That's what I'm going to have to be, to be happy. And I'm definitely okay with that. So thank you guys for watching. I'm so happy to be back. And I hope to see you soon. For those guys who are wondering, on my lips is Royal by MAC. It was actually a Christmas gift that I got from my brother. So that's Royal from MAC. The sweater that I have on, I'm not sure what season it's from. It might be like about a year old, so I'm pretty sure they still don't have it. But I got it from Forever 21. It's really, really soft. I also got this hat from Forever 21. I absolutely love Forever 21.